Today we will be discussing which tier are you in. This is for those of you in the defined benefit retirement plan. As you can see from this slide, if you enrolled before January of 2016, you are in tier 1 of the main plan. If you enrolled between January 1st of 2016 through December 31st of 2019, you are in tier 2. Lastly, if you enrolled on or after January 1st of 2020, you are placed in tier 3. Now, when we talk about enrollment, we're talking about when you are first enrolled in the main retirement plan that we provide here at ND PERS. This doesn't matter if you are with the state or with a political subdivision such as a city or county, or if you are working with a school that has the ND PERS plan. The retirement plan enrollment process is still the same for all of us. What happens if you leave employment? For example, if you were working with a school back in 2010 and you left employment, maybe you came back to work with another PERS employer in 2021. You would still be placed back with Tier 1. As long as you did not refund or roll over your account, you are still placed back with that original tier. The only way that you would lose your tier level is if you would leave employment and then withdraw the account by either doing a refund of your member account balance or rolling that balance over into a different type of retirement plan. Regardless of which tier you're in, your tier does determine your normal retirement date after meeting the applicable rule of 85 or 90. Different tiers have different rules established by the state legislature. Also, the multiplier you use is determined by which tier. It determines whether or not you have the Retiree Health Insurance Credit, or RHIC. Lastly, your tier also affects the reduction percentage in the case of taking an early retirement. Now that you know that the date you are first enrolled in your retirement plan determines which tier you are in, let's take a look at the other requirements and benefits in the 3 tiers. Under the vesting column, you will see 36 months in tiers 1, 2, and 3. That is 36 months of contributions that are required in each of these 3 tiers for you to become vested in that tier's retirement plan. What does vesting do and how does it help you? Once you are vested in the plan, that means that you are entitled to lifetime monthly retirement payments for as long as you live. Contributions, well, this determines how that money gets into your account to qualify for that lifetime payment. And that is 7% of your salary goes in as employee contributions, 8.12% employer contributions, and 1.14% on your Tier 1 and Tier 2 goes into your Retiree Health Insurance Credit, or the RHIC. Now, as you can see in Tier 3, there is no retiree health insurance credit, so the employer puts in that additional 1.14% into the employer pool, and that goes up to 9.26%. Basically, all 3 of these tiers have a 16.26 contribution level. It's just a little different on Tier 3 because there's no retiree health insurance credit. With that 7% employee on each of these, it may be that you put in the whole 7% of your salary as an employee as far as a payroll deduction. Or sometimes the employer will opt to pay a percentage of that employee contribution to help you with that 7% goal. As far as normal retirement, I'm sure you've all heard I have to meet the rule in order to retire. What does that mean? Meeting the rule means your age plus your years of service must meet the rule set forth for your tier's retirement plan. On Tier 1, we can see that the rule is 85 or age 65. So basically, if you turn age 65 while actively working, that's going to trump the rule on all 3 tiers. For the main plan on Tier 1, though, it is the rule of 85. So your years of service plus your age must equal 85. Under early retirement, so if you have not yet met the rule of 85 and you are not yet age 65, you can still retire as early as age 55, but there is a reduction in your benefits. Now, that reduction on Tier 1 is 6% annually or 0.5% per month from what your normal retirement benefit would be. On Tiers 2 and 3, we can see that the rule is now 90 with the minimum age of 60. So you could not retire at age 55 and meet the rule at the same time. You need to be at least age 60 in order to have met the rule of 90. Or age 65, as I said, does trump that rule. And if you are actively working while at age 65, you would be able to retire with normal unreduced benefits. Age 55 for early retirement on tier 2 and 3 is also a possibility, but you do have a higher reduction percentage. So age 55 with an 8% reduction annually, if you retired 10 years earlier, that could be an 80% reduction in your normal retirement benefit. Let's take a look at the multipliers. Now, when I say multiplier, this is set forth by the legislature. This is how your plan is determined with your final average salary times your years of service times your benefit multiplier is going to give you your single life benefit payment amount. So that multiplier does quite a lot as far as helping you out with your retirement benefit. On tiers 1 and 2, we see a 2% multiplier for that retirement. So your final average salary times your years of service times the 2% multiplier is going to give you that single life benefit. However, on tier 3, we see a 1.75% multiplier. So that goes down a bit. So your years of service times your final average salary times 1.75% is what is going to give you that single life benefit.